but I heard that there's this retro arcade by me, and I'm gonna go to an arcade and just play a bunch of games that I haven't played in decades and have that just like bring a well, I don't even know if you do it by quad. I was gonna say bring a roll of quarters, but I'm probably dating myself. It's probably Apple Pay. Strangers with Kittens. Gen X stories from the least parented generation. Hi, welcome to Strangers with Kittens. I'm Eileen Kelly, and I'm glad you're here so that I'm not alone because I don't have a guest today. Such as me and Kermit and the studio audience, who you may hear from if the mailman walks by. It's the end of June, and the weather has been amazing in New Jersey, and it's just really bringing back a lot of memories of the end of school, and not the end of school as a parent, because that's very stressful, but the end of school being a kid, and just that anticipation and that freedom and feeling like the days are wide open and what are you going to do with them? Also, I just had the celebration of life for my friend Rachel last week, and it was so beautiful and so healing to get together with so many other people who loved her. And it just reminded me of all the good times that we've shared, especially in high school. And one of the things that we used to do a lot was go to Island Beach State Park in New Jersey. And it's this protected area in New Jersey that is a beach and sort of piney, brushy forest. And it's really beautiful. And it was our favorite place to go. So quiet and no boardwalk. The Jersey Shore has its charms, and I love the boardwalk, and I love so much about the Jersey Shore, but this is kind of a different sort of a Jersey Shore experience. So I was thinking about that and how I haven't been there in a while and how I want to go this summer, which made me think that I want to have an 80s summer. What do you say? I say 2026 is going to be an 80s summer. I'm going to make homemade popsicles from juice and eat them. I'm going to try different flavors. I'm going to try layering it, freezing a flavor and then pouring another flavor on top of that, another flavor on top of that. So if you don't have your homemade popsicle form, go get one. They probably have one at the supermarket or the hardware store or definitely on Amazon. I'm going to go to a concert. I want to go to at least one dance party. I know I've talked about it before, but I'll say it again. There are a bunch of dance parties for Gen Xers that are one's early birds. There's another one by me, I think called All Your Friends or All My Friends. That might be more for millennials, but I feel like Gen Xers could sneak in there too. Might not be 80s music, might be 90s and 2000s, but still awesome. At a dance party. I'm going to go to the movies, which doesn't sound so groundbreaking, but really, I'm always streaming at home. I don't know. I think I want to go see a movie and then it's in the theaters and gone before I get a chance to go. So I'm going to go to, especially like on a really hot day, I'm going to go to an air-conditioned movie theater. Maybe not during the day because that kind of weirds me out, being like in a sunny day and then being in a dark theater and then being in a sunny day. But maybe, because we used to do that as kids. But I'm going to try to find a drive-in. See if I can see a movie at a drive-in. I know there's one in Cape Cod because I've been. I don't have any plans to be up there, but if I happen to find myself there, then I'll go. I don't know where the closest one is to me, but I'm going to find out. So that'll be fun, researching things like where can I find a drive-in. I'm going to go to the mall and just walk around. I'm not going to go because I have to find a certain thing for an event or whatever. I'm going to go and meander around and have the closest thing I can find to a California smoothie. I think that's what they were called, California smoothie, was the place. That was, like, the place that introduced me to smoothies in the '80s. My friends and I were so strapped for cash that we would chip in and sometimes split a smoothie among the 3 of us, take turns sipping out of it. I would get my own smoothie, and I would get the smoothie on. Not that I don't make them at home, but it's just a different experience walking around, kinda window shopping with your smoothie. But I was trying to think of all these '80s things. I mean, not just little kid, not just being a kid, but specifically kind of analog, unplugged things that we did. And I know plenty of kids are riding their bikes right now. I'm going to get on my bike. Leave the house on your bike without a set destination. Pack a classic lunch of bologna sandwiches. I'm not going to do that, but peanut butter and jelly, maybe cheese, um, potato chips, and a drink from the garden hose. I'm also not going to do that. I had enough of that for my whole childhood. I'm going to pack a water bottle or maybe something fun like a Snapple or something. And don't be home until dinner. See where the day takes you. Be on your bike with your snacks, ride around, and see where the day takes you. Let's see how long we last. I don't know if I can be out for an entire summer day. I'm not going to lie, but I'll do my best. And maybe when I'm about to keel over, the ice cream man will come and fortify me so I can get home. But I'm going to try it. Uh, okay, here's another one. Make a mixtape. I mean, in this case, it's a playlist, but I mean, that's easy. You know, you can always look up 80s, 90s playlists, or you can do it yourself. I make a lot of them. Like, I'm going to walk places. Just walk, you had no choice but to walk back then before you had a driver's license. And I know that's not specifically '80s, '90s, it's more age, but still walking to get somewhere. But along the way, you see something cool, or you meet someone, or you find a bird's nest, or just that curiosity, just being open and not being on your phone and just opening your eyes and looking around. I'm gonna do that. But yeah, I'm committed to having an '80s summer. I wish you guys could talk back to me right now and tell me ideas on way to have an '80s summer because I could use them. I did write a few down, although I think I got most of them, but I wrote a couple down. Um, I gotta tell you, I don't want to run through a sprinkler. I never did. I didn't like it when I was a kid. I I don't know. I the feeling of wet grass under my feet is one of my least favorite sensations. So I'm gonna skip that, but I'm gonna go swimming, which I'm not a big swimming at the pool person, but I'm gonna drag myself and go swimming. I'm gonna go to the beach. I'm also going to go to the boardwalk. I'm gonna go to Eileen Beach State Park, but I'm gonna go to other places as well. And I'm going to um oh, you know what else? I'm gonna go to an arcade, and I'm gonna bring you guys with me, at least for part of it. But I heard that there's this retro arcade by me, and I'm gonna go to an arcade and just play a bunch of games that I haven't played in decades and have that just like bring a well, I don't even know if you do it by quad. I was gonna say bring a roll of quarters, but I'm probably dating myself. It's probably Apple Pay now. I don't know. I'll do both. Uh Maybe the old games still go by quarters. I don't know. But I'm gonna play some pinball. I'm gonna play some Space Invaders. I'm gonna play some Galactica, some Pac-Man. Those are the big ones. I'm trying to think of the other one that was kind of like Galac- Galactica, Galaga, something like that. Um, I feel like it was kind of like Space Invaders, but you like had a ship that moved around. If that's ringing any bells. Space Invaders was my fave. So I'm gonna seek out an arcade that has Space Invaders so I can play it. We'll see if I can play for hours like I used to last time. I mean, the real flex was that you could play for hours if you were good, right? Like on one quarter. It's not like you had a lot of money. It's that you had to be good to be able to play a long time. So we'll see if I can I'm certain I am not that good anymore, but it'll be fun to find out. If there are any suggestions that you can think of, go on strangerswithkittens.com and write to me. Leave it on the answering machine, even better. Leave me a message on the answering machine. Comment on Instagram. Leave it in the comments because I could really use some 80s summer suggestions. I just, uh, losing my friend and just the last like 11 years really have been really hard. No exaggeration. And I feel that that's true for a lot of people. Um, I feel like I've had a boot on my head, just someone like standing on the side of my face, smashing it into the ground for 11 years. And it's it's I feel like the boot has come off. I feel like that person has walked away. I feel like things are going to get better and better. And I just want to kickstart it with fun stuff. There's always going to be elderly parents that need help or sick people that we love who pass away or relationship problems, falling out with friends, falling out with relatives. We're not 20 and things are complicated and there's a lot of water under the bridge and we're all healing and learning. And I feel like Gen X is really the first generation to embrace boundaries. I mean, it's taken us a while, but we set the precedent and now the younger generation is so much better and faster and clearer about that. But just that we're the generation that said, I'm not gonna be around a toxic relative just because they're my relative. Well, that's your grandmother, that's your uncle, you have to, no, we don't. We don't. And so family, I feel like for us and then generations going forward, our generation was the first one to really choose friends as part of our family or sometimes as our family, right? And to decide what we want our people, our family to look like and not just stay in that toxic family dynamic of whatever has been served up to you in life. And you have to stay there and be the person that they have designated you to be because this is who you are in the family. It's been a long road to getting there, and people are still getting there and adjusting and figuring things out. But I feel like things are opening up and the light is coming in. And I don't know, also COVID. I know it's been 6 years, but it's taken us years really to come back from that and it'll have lasting effects like forever. But I feel like for me anyway, it's just taken a really long time because of many factors to figure out how to be again in the world and not again, but in a new way, right? Like kind of curate where my time and energy goes and who I feel good after I've spent time with and who I feel bad after I've spent time with and how to feel better. So, in light of that, I feel like an 80s summer would kickstart us all into just better, right? There's always going to be challenges. There's always going to be stuff coming down the pike that's going to be rough. But we have to consciously reach out and grab good things so that we balance this other stuff and have as much of it as we can. Be greedy about it. That's the thing I feel like I could really improve on is just being greedy about good things, good times, good energy, good people, just more of that. A friend of mine a couple years ago said this, and not that she invented it, I'm sure someone else coined it, but she was the first person who made me aware of it. She said, "What's the best that can happen?" And that's going to be my mantra for my 80s summer. What's the best that can happen? That kind of open-hearted, like, yeah, what's around the next corner? Who's having a party tonight? That's the vibe that I want to grab for summer 2026. So you have the party. I'm gonna have the party. Just not a planny, fancy, get stressed out, figure out what you're gonna wear party. How about stay in exactly what you're wearing, have a party with the food that's in your fridge and in your cabinets and people coming over, and just be like, "Yeah, what are you doing? Come over. Let's blast some music and hang out in my backyard." It's gonna be that kind of summer. For me anyway. And I hope for you. Just get back to the uncomplicated, open summer possibilities of our youth. It's still there. We just kind of got swept away and forgot to look for it. Weren't able to look for it. It was obscured. Not our fault, but now, hopefully, you can reach out and grab some. So do that. All right. Have a great week. Bye. If you like the show, please rate, review, and share on social media. Strangers with Kittens contains nothing artificial. It's certified humor. Produced by Ashley Anker, music by Chris Hajian, and recorded in front of a live audience of dogs.